Okay. Now in the cases here we can say the check. I have checked it. Well, Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa. I am here with you. Well, according to the titles, yes, today we are roasting Blaise Metreweli. Now, in these cases, our topic to roast Blaise Metreweli is very significant. And today we are reacting on SaharTV. And now, is this an Israeli channel? Yes, we are just reacting it. And now today's topic is about Sharia law in Manchester City. Now, why I am discussing the Sharia law in Manchester City? Because here was the reason that here Andy Burnham is now an socialist Prime Minister of England. And now socialism is dangerous for the England's economy. And now today's discuss is the Sharia law. And now let's check it. What's going on? Okay. Now here we can see. First of all, here now let's check the points. Well, who was the Blaise Metreweli? It is the girl named Blaise Metreweli. And now here is Manchester City's results. But now let's check the points. Here we can see. Well, now here is an Palestinian girl's state her words. This is how we got the right this in this country. We fought for it. We fought for slavery was legal. What do you fight for? Okay. Now, in the cases, the points here is an Englishman states that what do you fight for? What do you look like just come out from schools? My grandfather fight for my countries, not you. Okay. Now, here is an Islamic scholar. Now, what is the Islamic scholars states? Well, now let's check at the points. Okay. Now, the Islamic scholar states that we do not say that Islam is here, to coexist. Religions was sent to dominate the world. Okay. Look at this kufur. Everybody on Ramadans. Oh. Now let's take at the points. Here is a Muslim states that look at the kafir Englanders. They are eating some things during the Ramadans. Okay, but the following Muslim does not know that England is a historical Christian country, and England is only one country to contain the Christian largest empires. But here we can see Muslims contains the problems when a Christian Englander like a police officer, he can be assistant commissioner of police, or he can be superintendent of police officers. But he is a Christian. He could eat some bread in afternoon 2 o'clock or morning 9 o'clock. But what is the study time in England? In England, study time is here after midnight 2 o'clock, and if that isn't night 8 o'clock in England. And now, but Afternoon 2 o'clock, a Christian Englander is eating. That is the problem accordance with a Muslim in Manchester City. That is the significant points to notice. Okay, and now let's check at the moments. And here we can see. Now let's topic of the Blaise Metreweli. And now here today's topic is Shariya law. And now we can see these points. Well, now here you can see Andy Barnham, the socialist man from British Labour Party, got an vote as an 420,749 votes from illegal Bangladeshi immigrants. And now Lara Evans from and British Conservative parties to be women got 68,946 Bangladeshi votes. Okay, and now today's point is about the we are discussing about the Sharia laws, and now we can see these points. Well, here we can see. So here is discussion of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the founder of INEOS. Okay, and his net worth is almost worth 15.2 billion British pounds. That means, as we can see, that would be almost 20 billion United States dollars. Okay, now let's check at the points. Well, and here we can see. Okay. Now it is here Jim Ratcliffe. Well, and here we can see he is a handsome man, and he is an co-founders of Manchester City. Okay. Now, what a handsome man we can see. Okay. Now let's check out the points. And now today's topic is about the Sharia law in Manchester City, particularly Sharia law for Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the founder of INEOS. With the net worth, current personal net worth to be 20 billion United States dollars. It would be it would be almost 21 billion United States dollars. And now here is the points to be noted. That what is the Sharia laws, and here we can see in accordance with the Sharia inheritance law. Here I would recite the Holy Quran, Surah Nisa, ayat number 11. Now here we can see that is the points to be noted. Well, here and first person is that a son can get double inheritance than daughters. Okay, that's fine. And now we can see if there would be one son and two daughters, 50% of the net worth would be goes to two daughters, and 50% of the net worth would be goes to one son. And now in this case is the moments. And now here we can see the points. What is the products of INEOS? We do not know, but he is the richest in Manchester products. Richest man in Manchester City. And now let's take out the points. Accordance with Christian law, accordance with Englander Christian law, what's going on the points? Here we can see Sir Jim Ratcliffe contains two sons and three daughters. Hence, accordance with the Christian Englander law, here we could state every out of 21 billion United States dollars, can be goes to the one sons, where one son is most economical intelligence in out of the two sons and three daughters. And now we can see the points. And what about the rest? One sons and three daughters. They cannot get nothing from the inheritance of Father Jim Ratcliffe, and that is good for the moments. But now here we can see the what's going on the points of Blaise Metreweli. Here we can see this the Blaise Metreweli's point is just insignificant moments, and here we can see. Well, now the reality was that here Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the founder of INEOS, yes, can distribute his net worth to two sons and five daughters according with Christian Englander law, inheritance law. When the last time here was there was a conservative prime minister would be Rishi Sunak, or well, as a last white conservative prime minister of England was Boris Johnson, or the last masculine liberal prime minister of England was Tony Blair, and that was possible in that in here. But now here we can see in July 4th, 2024, here in the inter-Englander parliamentary elections, transgender Christmas became the elected Prime Minister of England. Where and in the letters, in 2 years later, the white Englanders understand that there is a mistake. They made mistake to elect Christmas. And now the second point is Andy Burnham. Okay. And now we can see this points, what's going on. And here we can see there's points to be noticed. Well, in this process, what's going on that? And here we can see these points. Andy Burnham get the vote of 420,749 vote from illegal Bangladeshi immigrants. And now let's check at the points to be noted. Well, here we can contents and calculators. Okay. Now 420,749 can be divided by 4. Well, that would be here 105,178.25. That means 185,188 cards can bring here 420,752 illegal Bangladeshi immigrants. And now, in these cases, there is the significant terms, and that is the dangerous for it. Okay. And now let's check at the moments. And now, here is coming from the moments. Now, here I would discuss the shortest route from Manchester, the city of England, to Barisal, the city of Bangladesh, where middle route would be Moscow, the capital city of Russia. And now, here we can see, Blaise Metreweli is a product of a Russian KGB. And now, let's check at the points to be noted. And here we can see Barisal. And now, let's check at the points. Okay. Now, here coming to the points to be noted. And in these cases, now let's distribute as an 5 laws. And now let's check it. Now, here we can see Now, accordance with Islamic inheritance law, Sir Jim Radcliffe net worth can be distributed into here seven fractions, where two sons contains four fractions and three daughters contains three fractions. And now let's check at the points. So what is 21 divided by 7? That is 3. That means Sir Jim Ratcliffe is the richest man of the richest Englander of the Manchester City. Here, his two sons can get 12 United States dollars. Where here is a significant point. If every out of two sons can get 6 billion United States dollars. But what about the three daughters? Here, every out of three daughters can get the inheritance of 3 billion United States dollars. That means it would be almost 9 billion United States dollars would be inherited to three daughters as a combined. And now that is the problematic at the moment. And now let's take the points to be noticed. And here that is the clarifies the amounts. Well. Now we can see this the points to And now let's check it. What is the realities? And reality is significance. Well, George Radcliffe born in 1990s. Probably the John Radcliffe is 6 years elder than me, and he is senior executive of INEOS. Well, now Samuel Radcliffe is born in 1990s, and he lives his private life. Now, accordance with Christian, now here we can see the points. Well, accordance with Christian Englander inheritance law, well, here every out of 21 billion United States dollars goes to George Radcliffe as an inheritance. And now let's check the moments at the points. But now let's check it. Here Samuel cannot get anything. Samuel can get nothing when Samuel is in younger sons. And now let's talk about the Julia eldest, Julia twins, and Ramana Polis. And now let's check at the points. Julia eldest born in 2000s, Julia twins born in 2008, and Ramana Polis born in 2008. And now both of Julia senior Radcliffe and junior Radcliffe and Ramana Polis Radcliffe contains no skills in the business of INEOS. But here we can see, accordance with the Islamic Sharia law, Julia Radcliffe seniors can get, here we can see, Julia Radcliffe or Maria Elsa can get here 3 billion United States dollars accordance with Islamic Sharia inheritance law without any skill. And Julia Radcliffe or Catherine Polly contains here 3 billion United States dollars as inheritance accordance with Islamic Sharia inheritance law without any business skills. And now that is the problematics at the moment, that what's going on the points. And here we can see, this inheritance system would be established in Jim Radcliffe's family in Manchester, that is set up by Blaise Metreweli. Hence, what's going on in these cases? In the she provides 105,788. Okay. Well, I apologize. Blaise Metreweli is providing share 105,188 cars to almost here 420,752 illegal Bangladeshi immigrants from Barisal, the city of Bangladesh, to Manchester, the city of England, and where middle route is Moscow, the capital city of Russia. And in these cases, here we can see. Now let's get the funds. What would be the driving velocities? That is the calculatables. And now let's check it the moments. And here we can see these points to be noted. Well, I think here that would be significant points. Okay. Now in this cases here we can see driving route is 10,265 kilometers, 400 meters. As a round figure, that would be 11,000 kilometers. It is the probable driving distance as an shortest driving distance. And real driving distance, we do not know, we cannot the actual driving distance. But it is just a probable driving distance at the moment. And now it is 11,000 kilometers. And the velocity would be here 11,000 kilometers per second. Because before the elections, who was the Prime Minister of England? Rishi Sunak, the Indian-oriented nationalist Englanders, to be Prime Minister of England. And before Rishi Sunak, here was an last white Englander to be Conservative Prime Minister of England was Boris Johnson. And now let's check at the points. And here we can see, hence 11,000 kilometers per second to be the McLaren velocity is a normal point. And here we go in 2024, and before the June 30, 2024. And now let's check at the points. What's the reality at the moment? Well, what is the travel time? So when Blaise Metreweli provides 105,188 cars to bring 420,752 illegal Bangladeshi immigrants to vote in Manchester City. That's very interesting at the moment. In this case, when velocity is 11,000 kilometers per second, but driving distance is 11,000 kilometers, hence the travel timing would be 1 second. Now let's check is the hypothetical departure times and arrival times when calculated time zone is London, the capital city of England. And now departure time is morning 6 o'clock, July 1st, 2026. And here arrival time is morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past, July 1st, 2026. And now that is their significant results at the moment. And now in this cases, here we go. Departure times and arrival time is, departure date and arrival date is same, July 1st, 2024. And here time is, departure time is morning 6 o'clock and arrival time is morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past. And now let's check at the points. What would be the kinetic powers? Now we can see the points. When driving, the timing is 1 second. Hence driving timing square is 1 second square. And driving timing cube is 1 second cube. And now let's check at the points. Well, I got us 2 minutes. I will be back. And now let's check the moments at the points of the notice. Well, here I apologize for 2 minute west. And now let's check at the points. And here we can see, well, when what is the velocity definition of velocity when driving timing is 1 second? That is the calculated driving distance is the definition of driving velocity. And in these cases, driving distance to be 11,000 kilometer is 11 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meters. And what is driving distance squares? That is 11 square multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square meter squares. Now what is 6 multiplied by 2? That is 12. And what is your 11 square? That is 121. Hence, driving distance is 11 square. Driving distance square is 121 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 meter squares. And here we can see that is the points to notice. And now here we can see that is the points I want to mention like this. Well, first of all, here we can check the moments. And here, first of all, we could write 105,188 to be multiplied by, well, 121. That would be here 12,727,748. That would be here approximately 12.8 millions. Now what I am calculating that? Well, it is the cases of the moments. Okay. Now let's check the parts. Well, what is the half of weight of one car to carry illegal Bangladeshi immigrants provided by, well, MI6 officials, Blaise Metreweli? That would be 1,000 kilograms. And now this is the points to notice. And now here's the calculation is what is the half of weight of 105,188 car to carry 420,000 752 illegal Bangladeshi immigrants to be provided by Blaise Metreweli? That would be here 105,188 multiplied by 1,000 kilograms. And this is the cases. And now here is the parts. Well, when the driving velocity is 11,000 kilometers per second, and here we can see driving distance is 11,000 kilometers and driving timing is 1 second. Here our calculations method would be Isaac Newtonian kinetic powers methods to calculate the kinetic powers of 105,188 cars provided by Blaise Metreweli. And now in these cases, here is the terms at the moment. What's going on? Here would be here 100. Now, well, let's check it the points. That would be here half of weight of 105,188 cars provided by Blaise Metreweli multiplied by distance square is a method of equation of kinetic powers under the method of Isaac, England Christian scientist Isaac Newton. And now here is the points to be noted. What is the calculations? That would be here 105,188 multiplied by 1,000 multiplied by 121 multiplied by 10 to the power 12. And now let's check at the points. What is 3 sum by 12? That is 15. Hence the calculations became here words 105,188 multiplied by 121 multiplied by here 10 to the power 15. And now it could be notified here that is the points. Well, hence kinetic powers becomes 12.8 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 joules. That means 12.8 quadrillion megawatts. Well, that is the significant cases. Well, it is the points of the kinetic energy. And now, here is the in this points. Well, here when travel time is once again kinetic power is kinetic energy. Well, this gets, and now, well, when the 420,752 illegal Bangladeshi immigrants are deported from Barisal, the city of Bangladesh, and who was the Prime Minister in July 1st, 2021 as the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. That is Sheikh Hasina. And now let's take the moments. Here we can see the significant points to be noticed. And now let's take the points to, and now that means Sheikh Hasina wished that here Jim Ratcliffe's family network would be distributed accordance with Islamic Sharia inheritance law. That is the wish by whom? That is the wish by, well, Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in 2024. I mean, particularly, well, July 1st, 2024. And now, here is the result we could notify. Well, and now let's take the points. Sheikh Hasina is ready to provide for 420,752 illegal Bangladeshi immigrants from Bangladesh to vote in Manchester City constituencies of the Englander parliamentary election in July 1st, 2024. And now let's take the points. It is the significant problematic moments as we could see. Okay, now let's take the moments. And now it's going on. And what is the results? And here you can see Andy Burnham, the Socialist Labour parties became the parliamentarian from the Manchester cities. On behalf of, well, the British Labour parties under the transgender Prime Minister's Keir Starmer in July 1st, 2024. Now in July, now today, what is the today's date? Today's date is here August 23rd, 2026, where Andy Burnham becomes the Prime Minister of England. And now we can see the response when Andy Burnham is chosen Prime Minister of England under the British Labour Party governments, and when he is a socialist, it is the clear that he is dedicated to establish Islamic Sharia law, in where he is dedicated to establish the Islamic Sharia law in Manchester City, where election, the victim of the election 2024 was Jim Ratcliffe's family. And now that is the significant dangerous points. Okay, and now let's check at the moments. So here we can see that's the points to be noticed. Here we go. Now let's get the facts, and now we can see here we go. Now what is the travel times at the moment? Now let's check it. Here choosing fuel by Blaise Metreweli is in petrols, and now in this case there wasn't significant terms that it was a petrols. And now what's going on in that cases? Now we could see here Petrol volumes calculation is 128 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 joules of kinetic energy can be divided by bracket of 2 joule per kilogram per Kelvin as a specific heat of petrols multiplied by 50 degrees Celsius as an automobile petrol highest temperature distance multiplied by 0.778 kilogram per liters as the density of petrols. And now in this case, since the calculations becomes 128 multiplied by 10 to the power 19 can be divided by what? That can be divided by here 0.778. And now here we can see that is the points to be noticed that what's going on. Well, and here we can see there's the clear cut points here 120 I apologize 12.8 multiplied by 10 to the power 19. Okay, and now that can be divided by words 0.778 at the moment. And now let's check out the points to be noticed. Hence the calculation final calculated becomes here 164.6 thousands quadrillions liter of petrols. Okay, now let's check at the moments what's going on that points and here we can see now here we can say the points at the that is the significant travel times, and here we can notify that what's going on. Well, what is the cost of 164.6 liters of petrol when 1 liter of petrol costs $200? That would be here 160 multiplied by 2 would be 320, and here 4.6 multiplied by 2 would be 9.2. That means here 329.2 United States dollars would be cost of 164.6 liters of petrol. And now here we go. Now in real life, what is the cost of 164.6 quadrillions liters of petrol cost? That would be here 329.2 United States dollars. And now here is the momentum at the points. Here Blaise Metreweli is spare. Here we can see Blaise Metreweli is spending here 329.2 thousand quadrillions United States dollars as a cost of 164.6 thousand quadrillion United liter of petrol. And now let's take us what was the probability times. Well, in 2024, England gross domestic products was here 3 trillion United States dollars. But when here we can see what is the petrol cost to bring here 420,752 illegal Bangladeshi immigrants in Manchester City. That cost here 329.2 thousand quadrillion United States dollars. What is the meaning of that? And in this cases, 1,000 quadrillion can be divided by 1 trillion is 1 million. And in this cases, here the significant terms to be notified. Here 100. Now here calculation is 329.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 can be divided by 3. And now in this cases the points to be noted. Well, and now here we can see what are the significant cases at the points. 329.2 that can be multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Okay. And now in this cases that can be here divided by words. If 3. Okay. Now let's check it. What is the result that it would be here? 109,733,333 times. As a round figure, that would be here 109.8 millions. Now here we can say state the points. Well, as an shortest driving distance from departure to be Barisal, the city of Bangladesh, to arrival to be the Manchester city of England. Here we can see Blaise Metreweli was dedicated to destroy the entire Englander gross domestic products with 109.8 million tons to bring 420,752 illegal Bangladeshi immigrants has only vote for anti-Burnhams, anti-Burnhams, and in this case, hence that well, anti-Burnham, the parliamentarian of England under Manchester constituencies can establish Sharia law in where the Sharia law in Manchester city, particularly Sharia law in Jim Ratcliffe is family, where Jim Ratcliffe is founder of INEOS. Now we can see the points. Here is not an credible information that he would depart from Manchester City or not. But now, even if Jean Ratcliffe would be here supporters of Englander Labour parties because of the liberal politics, now as own wish, Jim Ratcliffe would be the city, residents of Israel as an asylum. And here is a probable information on why it would be the probable informations, because here we can say that Jim Ratcliffe's net worth to be 21 billion United States dollars is under Islamic Sharia law. Okay. Now here you can see this point. So now here I am just stating at the basic Islamic Sharia law. Now I did not discuss as an advanced Islamic Sharia law. Okay. For the discussion of the advanced Islamic Sharia law, now let's check it. What is the company of what is the product of INEOS under Jim Rat Clay. Okay. Now we can see this once. Rat Clay Fay. Okay. Now in this case, here we can state some things at the moment. Well, now here I have to watch this. Well, INEOS under Jim Ratcliffe is chemical and energy powerhouse with surprising wide product portfolio. It is not about petrochemicals. He's diversified into automotive, energy transactions, and even sports sponsorships. Okay. Now we can see the sponge core chemical products is there ethylene, propylene, brethylene. Now you can see the sponge. Now yes guys. Now what is the automobile? Jenner Grandeur 4 is to 4. Launcher 2022. Wrapped up road SUV inspired by Land Rover Defenders. Quartermaster until vehicles, pickup style variants. A partnership with BMW and Magna Steyr Manufacturing. Okay. Energy transactions, oil and gas tradings. Well, green hydrogen projects. Well, now we can see the funds, 2 billion British pound investment on electrolysis plant across Europe, Norway, that means Norway, Germany, Belgium, France, Ukraine, aim zero carbon hydrogen for transport and industry. Well, now let's take us. That is the well, energy and transaction was. But here we can see the funds. Now we can see. Let's come into the son like a George Radcliffe. What is George Radcliffe's products at the points? And in this cases, George Radcliffe's products will be here. Well, here energy is mentioned as in oil and gas transmissions, and the investment of the energy would be artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 quadrillions, 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, 666 degrees Celsius. As a round figure, we could say, James Radcliffe spent 2 billion British pound on artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 quadrillions degrees Celsius. And now let's take the point moments. What would be notified that? Now in these cases, well, now we can see the points. Well, here was a probable chance that when if British Labour Party would be governmental parties, here was a probable expectation has that the Prime Minister would be like a Tony Blaise. And now on the other hand, here we can see if Prime Minister there would be British Conservative Party as a government of England, it is probably a chance and more chance for white Englander like Boris Johnson and David Cameron, and the little probabilities of Prime Minister of England would be Rishi Sunak. And now, because here we can see the funds, 2 billion British pounds investment on where 2 billion British pounds investment on artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 quadrillion degrees Celsius is an successful points. And here Benjamin Netanyahu was found it as a successful project. And now it would be beneficial for Englanders. And now after the success of the projects of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion degrees Celsius, who know that here we can see geopolitical knowledge of Sheikh Hasina, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, accordance with July 1st, 2024, would be exposed. Who knows? Because here we can see the Bangladeshi terror in these cases at the moment. Now artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius for automobile purpose is the dream of whom? Dream of Otto Hans. And now in these cases, here would be the information would be strong that Lise Meitner would be no women to be scientists to research on the nuclear reactions accordance with the record of physics in the school of England. And that is the dangerous for Sheikh Hasina. And now in these cases, now if we can think that if 21 billion United States dollars would be now what if the Englander 21 billion United States dollars of the net worth from the father Jim Ratcliffe, the Englander richest man in Manchester City, provide all of the inheritance to the son George Ratcliffe, the most capable son from his families. And here we can see this point. John Ratcliffe can succeed the project of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 quadrillion degrees Celsius. That is the dangerous both for Yassin Sinwar, Ali Khamenei and Sheikh Hasina. In these times, Yassin Sinwar was allied Palestinian terrorist supreme leaders. Hassan Nasrallah was allied supreme leaders of Lebanon. Ali Khamenei was allied supreme leaders of Iranian revolutionary terrorists, and Sheikh Hasina was the Prime Minister of Bangladesh in the dates of July 1st, 2024. And now in these cases, that was the significant points. Now we here say what is their three plans. The three first supreme leaders' plan was no nationalist government in England. That was the blueprint of three heads like Hassan Nasrallah, Ali Khamenei and Sheikh Hasina. But that is the probable information, not the accurate. Okay. And now here is the points Blaise Metro as a probable shortest driving distance. Blaise Metreweli spent Blaise Metreweli is dedicated to destroy the entire Englander gross domestic products with 109.8 million tons to bring 420,752 illegal Bangladeshi immigrants vote for anti-Burnhams, and hence that there would be no investment on artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 quadrillion degrees Celsius in Englander nuclear electricity powerhouse. Moreover, England, the Ratcliffe families would spend invest their monies only in petrols and gas to destroy the economies of England. And now that is the wish of them. Okay, now here we can see now after the election, England parliamentary election in 2024. Here we can see it is probably it would be the Manchester's. Well, now here we can see a Bangladeshi illegal immigrants states that here an Englander superintendent of police in Manchester cities eating breads or eating some meats in afternoon 2 o'clock, when it is the Ramadan 4 or Ramadan 7. Okay, now let's check it's the moments. What does the significant points to be noticed? Well, it would be May 14, 2026, as in accordance with the video of whom SaharTV, the Israeli YouTubers located in United States. And now let's check at the moments. And here is just like in significant points. Well, and here that is the significant points to be noticed. And here we could see the illegal Bangladeshi Muslims are against the freedoms of Englander police officers eating foods in Ramadan 7th, when the following Englander police officer was a Christian, not a Jewish. Okay. Now let's check out the points. Here we can see. Now let's check it. What's going on? Well, and now here we can see the points that we can see. Now let's start. Okay. Say a quick thank you to everyone who pays their taxes, because without you I would not be where I am today. Like your facts about my day. Still do things that I get paid for, not doing absolutely anything. Okay. Well, it is an hijabi women's statements in England. Now let's check at the points. That is the significant points. It is an hijabi women's, where she contains an cosmetics in her face. Okay. Now let's check at the points. Here is the momentum moments. And now let's check it. Here we can see. Well, women's wear hijabs in England, and probably she is an illegal Bangladeshi immigrant. Well, she can speak English fluently, but now let's check it out. What is the parts? What is her statements? Well, her statement is that. Okay. Now her statement is, well, she thanks to the Englander taxpayers, because without white Englander tax, well, the honor illegal Bangladeshi immigrants could not live in England. And that is the statement of black hijabi illegal Bangladeshi immigrants. And now, in this cases, that is the significant trace of the points, and we can see this now. Well, now here we can see Blaise Metreweli is spending here the 329.2 thousand quadrillion United States dollars on the cost of petrol to be cost of 164.6 thousand quadrillion liter of petrol. That means when we can say that what is the tax, what is the amount of the pounds monies of Englanders, we can see, well, Blaise Metreweli is just to destroy the entire Englander gross domestic products in, well, 109.8 million tons. Well, here we can see, that means, who knows that 329.2 thousand quadrillions United States dollars would be the tax money paid by white Englanders. Now here we can see this moments. Well, we do not know, but probably here the hijabi women would be in London, the capital city of England, or any city else. But in the last stream here, we can see the black hijabi Bangladeshi illegal immigrant women in England is the face of the um, illegal Bangladeshi immigrants is vote for anti-born harms to establish Sharia inheritance law only for whom? Only for Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the founder of INEOS. Now, who know? Well, some money from Jim Ratcliffe would be spent for the one illegal Bangladeshi immigrant women like the hijabi women. And now, in these cases, that is the significant dangerous points, and here we could notify. Well, it is not expected at the moment. Okay. Now let's check it. Well, now. Okay. Now let's check it. So what's going on? Okay. Now I think there would be some things like an advertise. Okay. Now here we can see here are several here is the several illegal Bangladeshi immigrants in the supermarket of England. Probably in accordance with the live stream, it would be the supermarket from Manchester cities, where today's live stream is only in the topic of the Sharia law in Manchester city. And now here we can see that is the greatest threat at the moment. Okay, and now let's check it. Well, Shariya. Well, now here we can see. Now it is the moment. The Israeli man Shahar, the Israeli YouTuber, states that the illegal Bangladeshi immigrants chanting the Sharia for England. According with the last streams, they are chanting the Sharia for the Manchester city, particularly the Sharia for the Jim Ratcliffe. And now, who's know their points? Well, now we can see the we can check at the points to be noted. Well, now here I have discussed about the Sharia inheritance law, and now let's check at the moment that Sharia in a laws for criminals at the moment. And now in these cases, that would be the dangerous for life. And now, okay, let's condense and break for 2 days. And I am going to condense in dinners in the Israeli times to be evening 5 o'clock, because actually in the physical location that was only the Bengal lingual cities in South Asia. Okay? Now see you then. Khatabas. Love you. And now here you can see that is the moments about notifications. Well, the illegal Bangladeshi immigrants are chanting the Sharia for England. And now here we can see it is the significant threats. Okay. Hiya.